Hello, and welcome to
Socially UnSocial. I'm Patty,
And I'm Danielle.
and we are your hosts.
We're ready to rock.
Welcome back.
Happy Monday morning. Hope everyone's having a great day.
Thanks
Or
for joining
evening,
us.
whenever you're listening to us. Or a great Tuesday or Wednesday, because I just assume you're all listening, eagerly waiting all weekend to hear what we have to say
Well, one time it was really sweet.
at band camp.
Somehow it didn't upload properly, so when I put the
Oh,
link
yeah,
up,
yeah.
it didn't actually upload, and I got a text from our MVP of our fan club, Dominique, Danielle's sister. And she said, something's wrong with the link, you guys. What are you doing? I'm driving to school or wherever she was going. And, she didn't have our podcast to listen to. I was like, thank God. Because if we had gone all day and the link didn't work and we never knew about it, what a buzzkill. We'd been like, womp, womp.
Did I ever tell you after that week happened, the following week, on that Sunday before, I woke up at like 2 a.m. in a panic, thinking that I didn't upload it properly. And I was like, okay, well, I could just do it in the morning, but then I couldn't fall back asleep. I'm like, I'm about to get up. So I got up to go to the office to make sure that it was like uploaded and like perfectly done, because I'm like, the last thing I want to do is wake up to a text saying like it didn't upload or it's not there or whatever. State of panic for sure.
I'm sorry. Like, your body doesn't know the difference between uploading your podcast or like being chased by a murderer.
Right.
It's just like fight or flight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So now I make sure I really pay attention on Sundays or Saturdays whenever I'm uploading the episode.
Yeah.
To make sure that it gave me like but it's like once you upload it and it's completely processed, it's like confetti and it throws it at the screen. So I'm making sure that I'm like aware that I'm watching it and I don't step away and then be like, did it do that?
That's really funny. We talked about that once with unplugging your hair straightener or curling iron. It's like before you leave the house, some people are so crazy and they get such anxiety over it that they'll take a photo of it unplugged so that when they're driving out of their neighborhood, they remember, did I unplug it or not? And then they are like, no, I did. I took a photo of it.
Did they take a photo of them touching the bristles on their toothbrush, making sure it's wet, that you remembered to brush your teeth before you left the house?
No, but I should do that. I messaged Danielle last week. I was like, because I think one day, did we talk about it?
I did, because I couldn't remember for the life of me if I brushed my teeth or not.
And
like,
I made fun of you.
You're right. If someone held a gun to my head and was like, did you brush your teeth this morning? I'd be like, I don't know.
If someone holds a gun to my head, I think I would panic. I would forget. My brain would go mush. I would not know anything. But yeah, and then that happened to me, and I was like, wouldn't you know? Life is serving me a little bit of humble pie because I forgot to brush my... Why did I forget to brush my teeth that day? I was so mad.
I know.
And then now Danielle's sending me like ads for like Wispies, mints, whatever. Here, these toothbrushes to go, you mess.
I'm like, it's so creepy that happens.
Yeah.
It literally came up in my like Amazon swirl on Instagram saying, okay, here are items that I think you might want. And I'm like, why do I want this?
They're like, here, we heard that you're friends with Patty, and can you help her out?
Yeah.
That's really nice for whoever's taking care of that algorithm.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Sometimes
you.
it's very useful,
Yeah, for sure.
and sometimes it's haunting.
I know. So before we get into today's episode, we have a request for an update of what happened with your police chase and the ticket that you got from that delightful police officer.
Okay, so just so everyone knows who did tell me to slow down, I've been so cautious of my speed. It actually makes me sick. Like, I'm like, how do people drive this slow? Like, I'm trying not to go 12 over, and that's so hard for me.
You can't go, my rule of thumb is you cannot go, I think it's 11 over. Like, if you're 11 over, you
every
can get pulled
cop
over.
was like, oh, you can go 15 and it's fine, or you
Really?
can go 11 and it's fine, or my mom was like saying she heard you can go 20 over and it's fine.
That's where you get it from then. You cannot go 20 over.
Your mom just told me that too. She
20?
said the state trooper said they usually are okay within 20.
Maniacs.
So, anyways, I've been been very good with that. But I did end up saying I'm not going to, well, okay, so I gave him the money clearly because I checked the box that I wanted off my record, that I'll go and do supervision, and then I'll do the traffic court.
I thought if you paid money, you didn't have to do any of that.
So you either pay $164 and you take it on your record, or you pay $229 to apply for supervision and go to traffic court.
Oh, no.
So you pay more money to get it off your record. Or I could have showed up to court and then prayed the guy never showed up and then get the ticket dropped. But your mom said I should have done that. And I was like, but he was such a dick that I know he was going to show up. Like, there's no way. Like, if he was like a Schaumburg cop or a Cook County cop, like, they probably have better things to do. But the Illinois troopers, and I'm sorry if you're Illinois troopers and you're listening, which you're probably not, but you're douches, you know? So you probably would have showed up, and then it would have been bad.
Oh, my gosh.
Because I'm like, you know, what's your time worth? Clearly $229. So if anyone wants to talk to me about a repetitive problem that they've been having in their life, I'm charging $229 an hour because that's what my time was worth. Well, actually, 229 divided by 4 because it's 4-hour online traffic school.
That sounds horrible.
So you do the math.
There's nothing that I hate more than online schooling. And especially nowadays, just play the video for me. Please don't make me click
time
next.
Limit. Like when it's like, okay, if you sped through it and they're like, you still have to wait 15 minutes and 13 seconds. Like, mother.
Literally. The old place I used to work at, or kind of still do, we have to do like annual trainings. And if I went through it, I would go so slow, buy the book, whatever. And then at the very end, if I like got 100%, it is so rewarding to see 100% flash on the screen, even though I've done it for 5 years in a row. So obviously I know all the answers by this time, you know, for the annual learning.
I would hope so.
Yeah, and I'm just really good at my job. So, like, I know every question anyways. But my word, it is so rewarding. I forget what it's like to be in school and get an A.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so we don't really remember, like, when we were in school and we hate it so much. And now my kids are like, how many more years of school do we have to do? And I'm like, guys, enjoy it. Like, soak up all the knowledge. Like, you know, I could try to tell them, but they have to, like, live it for themselves.
For sure.
But, man, there's something about being out of school and you no longer get any sort of validation. Like, even the kids that were only good in, like, photography or only good at art class, like, there was still that moment in your year that somebody literally gave you a gold star and an A+.
Well, yesterday was Mother's Day. Didn't you get gratification and say, job well done, Mom, from 3 children and your husband?
Well,
that's gratification, isn't it?
Totally. But
not the same thing? You look like you're thinking hard.
Well, okay, because I have to remember last year's Mother's Day because we're recording pre-Mother's Day, and I don't know. I mean, it could go either way. I don't want to give Mike fake props.
It to make it.
I don't want to give him fake props. What if he forgets? No, he's not forgetting, but, you know, who knows? Yeah. How was your Mother's Day, everybody out there? We haven't lived it just yet because we record early, but, it's supposed to be, like, nice weather.
81 degrees.
Unreal.
Yeah. So I was going to segue, and then I segued the wrong direction. So I'm going to segue back. Because speaking of updating people, your cycle studio, Patty started selling packages, founder rate. So if you are interested in cycle and you haven't seen anything come through on social media, hop on.
Yes, it's partycyclemovement.com. We have an Instagram. We have our website. That's actually the high of my week, is that the toolbar, I don't know if, I never knew this, but like when you're on your computer and you're looking and the very top has all the different tabs open. So obviously it'll say whatever the tab is, but there's icons there. So like, I don't know, Gmail has like a big M, and then, you know, everything just has like a little icon. So my website, up until yesterday, I think it was, had just like a blank square. And I didn't even realize that. I just thought that was normal. And then a friend of mine was like, hey, why is your website only have a square? And I'm like, I don't know. So then I had to do research. I'm like, can you change it? How do you change it? And I put my logo on my website toolbar, which I just think is the cutest thing. I don't even want to X out of it now because it's so cute. Up at the top of my screen.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. You're acting like congratulations. Should I be saying? Yes, you should be saying congratulations. It is so cute. I felt really...
I would think that it was just like a default where it's like, now I have to check my website.
Go to your website. I bet that you put something cute and then you forgot.
I didn't build it.
You didn't build it?
No.
You
leave shit to the professionals, man.
Who built yours, and why didn't you give me their number?
Oh yeah, my logo is in it.
What is it? Like your D and the K? That's so cute. It's her initials. That is awesome. Yeah. See? Well, I had to figure that one out myself.
I would have thought like it was like just default to like your logo. Image.
No, you have to pick which one. I mean, literally, I wonder if you could like put your face, because that's literally a photo.
You should try it. Put your face in it.
I wonder if you can like, I would love to just pop up on yours and yours only with like a funny face.
Tongue sticking out or your middle finger.
Oh, that's great. So that was
And so,
my high.
well, then can we build on that high?
Like
How
go
many?
higher? Let's do it.
Damn it. I also forgot what I was going to do today, too, because we had to keep switching the day and time. Really effed me up.
You were going to book your membership because your sister-in-law did
Well,
already.
I
And
already
Dominique
messaged you
is
to do
going
so.
to. I'm so excited.
Well, I can't tell you now because I feel like I need to do it next week.
Okay, do it. What are you going to do? Show up
I'm
in
not
one of those like big, you know what I'm picturing? That you're going to get out of your car in an inflatable outfit that goes beep, 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 beep,
Oh,
like out
that'd be
front.
cool, but no. But how many signups have you had?
So many. I don't know right now
You don't even have
because
a countdown?
no. Well, I mean, we have been.
Because then you should be like, okay, we're at 25, and then the person who gets to 30 gets an extra bonus.
I know, right? The bonus is that you get to come to class. I was thinking about that. I'm like, should I be doing like more free giveaways? And I was like, no, because nothing's free right now. From like, you know, when you build a business, it's like,
No.
oh,
But also, too, I need to come and you need to like, we need to go to Bellworks so I can see because
I
did
know.
you see my friend comment? She's like, I just can't figure out how to get in there.
Yeah, I was just
so
there
now I'm
today.
like nervous because I'm like, am I going to get lost going there?
no, it's literally down that road.
That's very helpful.
I don't even know. Center Drive is what it's called. That's what it is.
Okay, so just like you take it and then the building just jumps out at you?
Well, first off, are you a pirate? Do you not have GPS today? Did your signal go out? Are you using like a treasure map? No, you are on your phone. It'll take you right to the building. You can't miss it because it's a huge building.
I know, but okay, so in my business, there's title companies that are in these like big buildings in these areas. So sometimes the GPS will take you right there, and then it's just like 6 towers, and it's just very confusing because my friend who
I saw
commented,
that.
she's very intelligent. So that's what like kind of threw me. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, you know why I think people think that? Because you can see it from 90.
Right.
And then you have to get off 90 on Barrington Road. So it's kind of like disorienting. You're on the highway all the time and you see Bellworks is right there. But how do you get to it? Oh, you have to go down this one drive. So off of Barrington Road, you go one way to the police department or the Barrington Club, which is the park district, or you go the other way down that street and it's 3 streets down. Don't quote me because I actually don't know how many streets.
We're gonna all put it in a GPS because you're confusing me even more because I thought I knew where I was going and now you're saying some things that I just don't understand.
You know what? It's okay. We'll go there together for the first time. No, I was thinking today. Yeah, we'll be fine. You literally drive for a living. So I have zero worries about you finding it.
Okay.
You'll be just fine. So yes, go to the website. You can do it on the website now. You can just go on, pick your package. But for the first day, I was like calling and setting up calls with everyone to get their account set up. But silly me, I just had to figure out the website.
Well, congratulations again. Look at you.
Thank you. It's been the best week. That's a lie. It hasn't been the best week. It's been chaotic, but it's been great and I can't wait.
Good. Well, then we'll stick with it. What was your low?
My low, I don't know. What was your low?
My low was stupid people. Again, I think I've used this a lot and I'm sorry, but like
you can't do that anymore. That's your low every week.
it was just putting out fires. So it was just one deal when you think you've got it all together and then it wasn't coming together. And then I finally got this one deal together and then I thought this deal was going to go smooth.
In case you're just like tuning in and you don't know, Danielle's not a drug dealer. She's a real estate agent. It might be like totally common sense for some of people that know Danielle, but I'm just like always.
Okay, when you hear deal, yeah, I guess you don't think
I was
about
like,
that. Yeah.
Ooh, look at us. What do you got going on,
You
Danielle?
ain't shy about what you deal in.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. I had to clarify.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you. So then this other deal that I thought was like a shoe-in all of a sudden had a chance of blowing up. And so it was just one thing after another and then just the phone calls. And it was like, I work 24 hours a day. I know that. Like I have to be available when my people are available. But then the other day I was like, okay, it's 8:30 at night. I think I'm in the clear, right? So I like go and I join Jay in the hot tub and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to read and I'm going to relax. Mm-hmm. Phone call.
No.
And it was just
8:30 at night.
and it wasn't even like it was an intense phone call that literally sent me like my anxiety and my anger through the roof, where I thought I'd be able to relax and go to sleep. And now it's 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And my husband's like, "You're not tired anymore, are you?" And I'm like, "No, like now my adrenaline's pumping and now I really need to come down." So I'm like, it just gets frustrating because it's just like, you have to repeat yourself a lot and you have to make people understand things. But if it also is not fitting their agenda and what they want to hear, you're the enemy. So it was just flipping awful.
Oh.
So I just can't wait. I just can't wait until, well, I think I got everything kind of put together now, so I can kind of breathe just a little bit.
I mean, who's making calls at 8:30 at night?
Well, you have to remember,
real
like,
estate?
a lot of people work 9 to 5, right? So
What happened between 5 to 8:30?
their downtime is night. So they probably come home, take care of their kids, eat dinner. So then by the time they get everything wrapped up, now they have to, like, do their personal work.
Dear God.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry that happened.
It's all right. It's part of the job. Part of the job. Good times and bad.
Wow.
And my high is actually really silly.
I'm here for it.
So you obviously do not do documentaries or crime or whatever, but maybe you know about this because your husband. So there's Karen Reed trial out of Boston.
Definitely don't know.
So it's her second trial. She's being accused of manslaughter of killing her boyfriend, who was a Boston cop.
Ooh.
So it also plays into conspiracy theory because they're blaming her, but she's saying there's collusion in the Boston Police Department and it was them who killed him and that they're using her as a cover-up. So her second
riveting.
trial started. So I've been just like glued to my phone just with all the clips and just watching it. And then I found out that the LA Innocent Project has deemed that Scott Peterson is probably innocent, who's in jail for killing his wife, Lacey Peterson, and their unborn baby, that they found evidence. So that might go to a second trial.
Oh, my gosh.
So now it's like I'm in true crime heaven this week. Yeah.
Wow. I hope that pans out for you. I hope that Scott gets out of prison if he's not supposed to be there.
No, he's definitely creepy. There's definitely something wrong with him. Even if he didn't kill her, he's going to kill somebody. Yeah. He's done some weird shit in the past. He just looks like a sociopath, psychopath, all the things.
Really? I don't even remember him. I remember Lacey's face is in my head, but I don't remember him. And so there's already...
You can go, if you want to, like, kind of relate to me a little bit when you're really bored and have nothing to watch, go on any of the streaming services and you can watch any of the documentaries so you can kind of catch up on the who, when, where, and how.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting. I'll totally fit that in my schedule when I'm trying to unwind at night.
Is Mike someone that will watch that with you, or is he, because I deal with it at work, I don't want to...
Oh, no, he'll watch fun
that stuff?
documentaries. I mean, he'll watch, like, killer documentaries and, like, whodunit. I don't think that he would watch, like, the show, like, Cops or, like, Bad Boys.
Well, Bad Boys was Cops.
Oh, it was
Bad
the same
Boys
thing?
was a movie with
that
Will
movie.
Smith and
that movie was
Martin
so
Lawrence.
good. For like a minute in my life, I feel like that was like my favorite movie for a minute. Bad
Really?
Boys 2
Says a
was
lot
horrible.
about you.
Will Smith at one point, Martin Lawrence, French Prince of Bel-Air, right?
Martin Lawrence was Martin, and
but they were
Smith
both
was-
together. Both shows were fabulous.
Okay.
I watched those in middle school. They were great.
Okay.
So then when they like collabed in the movie, yes, thank you.
Okay.
Now we got it.
That's also my low too. Is I was hoping Mike was off today because I wanted to really talk to him about the Karen Reed trial to see if he is like been paying attention to it and like to get his insight on it because I really love when he can like validate me that I'm right. Mm-hmm. So I'll have to wait till the next time I see him.
Yeah,
His thoughts are.
He's free in just about an hour. So.
Okay. I'll call him.
Yeah, he'll be really excited.
Yeah. In your spare time, I know you want to be on the phone with me and just hear my thoughts.
Yeah, of course he does. So my low was a few things, but the one I'm willing to speak on today is that I am having a really hard time. You know how you said being a realtor is like a 24/7 job. So I think that I'm having a hard time with, especially because we started the pre-sales with memberships. Yeah, I'm like trying to answer questions and explain what's going on and all this stuff. And it's a hard balance. So in my head, I know that it's going to end soon because I'm going to have this brick and mortar studio and that if you want to ask questions, you know, it's going to be easy. And then you have employees and all the things, but it's definitely like a lot on obviously me because I'm the one doing this. So that was hard. It was a tough week. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to it, to where sometimes you put your energy into time and things and people and situations because you think that you have something to give to them. And it's hard to remember that it's not always like your responsibility to be there for everybody at their beck and call. Like there's just only so much of you that you can give. So you have to give to the important things when it's important and then back off. And it's just a little balancing act that.
So that's funny you're saying, not funny you're saying this. So once you get obviously the studio going, prioritizing time and time blocking is going to become a really big thing for you. If you're not already doing it. Just making sure, like, because my time is making sure I get up in the morning before I feel like a lot of the world is up, so I can do all the important things without feeling I'm interrupted by phone calls or text messages.
Smart.
Or like bullshit emails. So you focus on like the other stuff. And then, you know, kind of create your day around your schedule. And I was like having a break the other day thinking, because like I try to plan my schedule where I'm like, okay, I get 2 days in the suburbs and the rest are in the city, or 3 days in the suburbs, and to balance, so I'm not out here driving so often, just for like my mental health, for my gas tank, for the wear and tear on my car,
less speeding tickets.
Yeah. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way. But then it's like some of the other things too. So then I'm like, do I have to give up on the social aspects of driving out and doing things because my work took me in another direction? And I'm like, how do I say no? You know, and without being a dick about it, being like, sorry, you know?
Right.
So but I think if you explain it to people and be like, listen, it's not that you're not a priority, or it's not that I don't want to be there for you. Just right now, things are hectic, and next week things will be different. And I think if you can have that conversation with somebody versus just making them feel that you're not, and not having the wires get crossed, goes a long way.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it'll take time for me to, you know, it always does when like all of a sudden your schedule changes and this changes and whatever. It takes a minute to get like back on track. And then too, I've said this before, not like so many people are like begging to hang out with me, but like, man, it is so hard to find time for all the things that you want to do in life. It's really hard.
And then the opposite of that, which has been frustrating me even more lately, which it shouldn't, but we all know I'm half crazy, is when you see people not living life and not taking advantage of the people around them, the opportunity, the extra time that they have. And they're just okay, just nothing, just living life vanilla.
Aww.
I don't know. I just feel like, or maybe it's, I've been seeing it more from people, and it just makes me so angry, and it also makes me so sad. Like you're giving an opportunity to live, but you're not living.
Well, here's the thing. Your version of what you want your life to look like is going to be different than somebody else's. So you, in your mind, it's vanilla, but maybe in their mind, like what are they doing that you think is vanilla?
Nothing. But it's like, it's not saying like, oh, you go and volunteer and pet dogs every day. Like that's vanilla. No, I'm not saying that. Like literally what they're doing is vanilla. They're not doing anything.
Interesting.
They're
so
just
like
laying around their house. Not even reading a book. They're just laying around their house doing nothing.
Who just lays around their house?
You don't know anyone who just lays around their house and does nothing?
Joseph. All he does is play all day and lay around the house. Oh my god.
Okay, anyways, clearly I know more vanilla people. I guess you know more like chocolate people or
sprinkles. People. Sprinkles. Everyone in my life is a lot of strawberry sprinkles, bubblegum flavored.
Oh, well, lucky you. You're a real 31 flavors over there.
Heyo. You know what's funny though? On social media, you know, everyone portrays that they have got this going on and this going on. So maybe in real life, I know more vanilla people than I think. Because do I really know anybody? I mean, right? Like I'm at home with the kids and then I'm doing this and that. I'm not in their lives. Probably because I have the 3 boys. So you know what I mean? Like my time to be there for others other than my kids is limited. Whereas if I didn't have kids, I would have more time to spend with people, and then I would see their vanilla lifestyle.
Maybe that's good.
Do you think?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Listen, nobody knows. We don't know. We don't know why Danielle has so many pet peeves.
I know, and I yell at myself every day about it. I'm like, you got problems.
I don't think you have problems. I think that you are particular about what you want your.
No, I was actually thinking about this last night because so my new show I'm rewatching to fall asleep. I'm rewatching How I Met Your Mother.
So good. I watched an episode like a couple weeks ago.
So the episode last night was when you acknowledge, like when you tell somebody the thing that they do that bothers you, and then other people don't recognize it, and then it's like a earth shattering where they're like, shit, yeah, they do that.
And then you never unsee it.
And then you never unsee it. Mm-hmm. So
I love that episode.
It was Lily and her chewing.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to make it through this episode. Like, because she kept eating stuff and it sounded like she was chewing on gravel.
Yeah.
And they did an episode of Friends like that too.
I don't remember that.
I forgot who was making like the noise or the chewing, but it was like I'm like, geez. And I was like, I can't even watch like a funny episode when it comes to noises. Like if there's something where there's a lot of babies crying in an episode, I have to mute it. I have to fast forward it. Like it's just like, and I'm like, why am I like this? Like literally that was my come to Jesus moment last night. I'm like, why am I like this?
I don't know. I do think that when you're overstimulated and there's just so much noise going on, you're clearly triggered by it.
Can you, when you're driving and it's nice out, can you drive with your windows down?
It gets loud. When I was younger, I could do it and it could be chaotic and loud. Is that what you're talking about? Like it's too loud for you?
Like yesterday was so beautiful and I had my windows down, and then it was after a while, I'm like, oh, I have to roll them up and put the air conditioning on because I can't. The sound of the wind, it just
shoot. The wind blowing now? The wind blowing now is
but it was just so much, and then like the flickering, so then you have to get all the windows at the right height so that like your ears aren't flickering.
Oh no. Speaking of, there's a freaking airplane.
No, it's their lawnmower guys.
Airplane, see? It's loud over here on my end. Like, should we pause when they're
No, because it wasn't that bad. Remember that like a couple weeks ago when Joseph was like banging on the door?
Oh, yeah. You didn't pick it up?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Man, what were you even saying?
About
the wind.
Crazy. Yeah, the wind.
No, I used to drive a convertible. But that's the thing. I have ADHD. So there's a bit of me that thrives in, that I can handle stuff like that. Probably better maybe than you can. The difference is there.
I don't know. I just really wish I could just drive with my windows down and be okay with it.
I'm really sad that you can't, actually. For once, I'm like really sad about your pet peeve.
Yeah.
That stinks. I had a pet peeve the other day. Did we talk about how this is one of mine for sure? I sent you the meme. It was a thing on Instagram, and it was like, what was that one I sent you?
I don't even know.
And it said, if I see you and like you're sighing and like huffing and puffing, off in the corner as you like walk into work and you're just like, clearly you're miserable and having a bad day. Do you remember what that meme was? It was something funny about how I will refuse to ask you what's wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, you're just like, yeah, like, and just being like moany and just... It's like, okay, if you need to talk, come and find me and say, hey, I need to talk,
Next
so
time
dramatic.
someone does that, be like, so you're having a good day, huh?
I know. I don't even want to acknowledge it because that's what they want you to do. I used to work someplace and the manager there, I would walk in every day and the manager, I would literally be like, hey, how are you? And everything was just horrible. And she would sigh and she'd be like kind of whisper and like, be all dramatic, and I'm very dramatic, so I appreciate theatrics, like for sure, but on a regular basis I'm just like, listen, you're literally being paid to be here and you're the manager, and now I have to walk into this space and I'm just absorbing all your blahness. I hate it so much. And so I'm glad I don't work there anymore because that's miserable. But I hate when you ask people how they are, and totally, please, if you're having a bad day, tell me about it. Like, no, I want to hear about it.
Sounds like you don't want to hear about it.
I don't want to hear you moan about it. But there's a pattern. Like if it's every day and you're just, I don't know, being dramatic.
Well, that's the thing. And like, did we talk about, I don't even know who I talked to about all my issues this week, but if you're a person that's going to keep complaining about the same problem over and over and over again, but doing nothing about it, then that's when I have a problem with it. Like, you want to come to me maybe 3 times about the same problem, fine.
So you have a limit? Like, do you keep track of that limit, or is
I'm going to start. I have it in a Google spreadsheet. Like, you're up. Like, you'll have one more chance on this one subject.
do we get like notified? Is there push notifications so I can keep up just in case?
No, I will never notify you. Just know, because I won't return your calls or texts when it comes to that specific subject.
That is great.
Oh, I remember who I was having this conversation with, because I was like, that just bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that bothers me,
There's something else?
it's like
Shocking.
when people are like, no, I'm not going to say something because I don't like confrontation.
Like to you?
No, like people will tell you like, oh, like, okay, they're telling you the story that bothers them. And then I'm like, okay, well then this is my opinion and you should bring it up to the person. And they're like, no, I don't like confrontation. So I was telling my brother.
The lawnmowers are here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It is his job to tell us. So you were
I was telling my brother, I was talking to my brother and Liz, his wife, and I was like, so there's people that really, the way they bring things up to people's attention causes confrontation. And then there's people that say, I'm not going to bring it up because I don't want confrontation. And it's not about confrontation. It's because they're chicken shit and they don't want to bring it up. So that what bothers me, because I feel like people don't either use the word confrontation properly or they hide behind confrontation and saying, I'm not a confrontational person, but really they're just a person who doesn't want to communicate that their feelings have been hurt or that they're uncomfortable with a situation. So that bothers me. So then I went to go and ask them, I said, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being self-aware with delusion and 1 being like non-self-aware and very delusional. Like, where would you categorize yourself? Can you even categorize yourself as like delusional or non-delusional? So my brother said 7.
That he's a 7?
That he is a 7. And Liz is like, well,
Like more self-aware versus
he's more self-aware,
being
yeah.
delusional about his issues and all that, yeah.
right. And then Liz was like, well, it's hard for me to answer because I feel like always people are mad at me, always. So she's like, so my self-awareness gets diluted because I'm constantly in the state that I did something wrong or someone's mad at me for something. And I was like, okay, I can take into effect that how it could affect your delusion, where you wouldn't be a person that I'd be like pissed off about because you're so delusional. It's because of whatever's happening in your brain that your delusion is causing like panic.
Well, I think that the delusion that you don't like is when people don't, I would almost say like take accountability for why their life is the way that it is. Like, I think that some people are delusional because they aren't going to.
No, this was I guess I didn't explain it. Like, delusional in yourself. Like, if you were to come in every day and been like pretending you're the person that has it all together and has the most amazing life and is the bestest friend and is the perfect wife and do all these things, and I'd be looking at you like you were sorry, like you're not. Like, just let's accept who you are. Like, sometimes things are chaotic and yeah, you're a great friend and you're a great wife, but are you a perfect all these things? You know, no one's perfect. But then you have all these other people that really truly believe that they are those people. It's like you as a person, not like the rest of the world. Is that making sense? Am I not making sense?
I think that if I knew who you were talking about specifically in our lives, then it would hit home for me. No, I think that, okay, I don't know. Yeah, it's still confusing for me because I think that when people are delusional, they think that they have things going for them, that they don't actually have things going for them, or they're delusional to where like, well, I didn't cause this problem in my life. And it's like, well, let me show you the ways that actually your own actions got you exactly where you
Right.
are.
No, that makes
So
sense.
in my
Right.
mind, when people are delusional, it's like, yeah, they're delusional about their entire life. I think that you're maybe talking about like people that are fake, because I don't know anybody that just shows up and is like, my life's so great. And if they are, it's like, God, you're annoying.
Okay, I guess it's accepting your life. Like your life is going the way it's going because of what you choose to do every day. Delusion sets in when you're saying your life isn't going the way it's going because of how they treated you or how that person treated you, or because you're not friends with that person, or because you're friends with that person. And your delusion comes that you just think that you're living in this perfect world and everything that goes wrong is other people's fault.
Ooh, yeah. mean, that has to be a nice way to live. Nothing's your fault. Sure. People say the Salulu is to be Delulu. Just like
Who says
coasting
that?
through
And
life.
I've never heard that before.
I've heard it.
In a Disney movie?
Definitely not a Disney movie. On like a mug or something or a meme.
Oh.
Listeners, have you heard that? It's easier, Danielle. The idiots are happier. You have no idea how happy we are without all of your pet peeves. You have no idea.
But are you really happy living in that world? Are you pretending to be
Well,
happy?
I mean, I'm not. I don't believe that I am delusional. I do believe I don't have as many pet peeves as you.
Right.
But
Most of the world doesn't. And it's okay. I am not delusional to think.
True. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think that self-awareness is super important.
Is there a self-awareness month? Because there's an awareness month for everything else. So
I
if
know.
there's not, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's make June self-awareness month.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. I'm going on vacation in June. I don't really need to face all my issues.
I'm talking to you. Just make other people aware of their
I
issues.
guarantee that there's a self-awareness month.
Nope.
You're not the first person with that pet peeve. I'm sure of it.
No, look it up. Ask Chad.
I know I'm going to.
I feel like we would have heard about it. It'd have been all
Yep.
over Instagram.
It's not official.
It's not official?
Nope, it's not. October is sometimes informally associated with self-awareness themes.
How could October be breast cancer month and all?
World Mental Health Day is October 10th, but also May is supposed to be like Mental Health Awareness Month. We're in it.
Okay.
We're in it. Speaking of mental health,
Good segue.
so we've talked, but I don't know if you've actually told the listeners, because I know that you want to be a life coach. And you know how we've talked about how, you don't have the quote unquote like experience. You didn't go to school forever. But then we believe that life experiences and self-awareness and being able to like just kind of see through issues and kind of be, I don't know, ahead of the game in that sense would make better life coaches than an actual therapist with all that training and stuff. So I was talking to my new therapist who I just met, and gotta say I love her.
Congrats.
Do you want to know where I found her? Social media. That is how I found my new therapist. And I'm so excited that I literally just trusted the person that posted her. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. She's a therapist. Let me see. Turns out she's a grief therapist.
Oh, perfect.
I know. And I didn't even know that. So that's great. And when I was talking to her, I asked her, I was like, she was saying something and it made so much sense to me. And I was like, listen.
Is this how we're ending our friendship? You told her about me and she's like, run?
No.
Okay. I just felt that it was coming.
Bomb dropped. My therapist says we can no longer hang out. You're too self-aware. And it's not good for my mental state. Although I do have to say, pause on the therapist convo. Last episode, I was like re-listening to you talking smack about my kindergarten like shirt. And it's so funny because you did the same thing. We talked about it in Savannah in the gift shop when I wanted some shirt. And you just are so blunt. And like, I like that shirt so much that nothing that you say can affect me the way that it used to affect me when you thought my flip-flops were spray painted gold when they were just bright gold. And apparently you didn't like that back in 2007 or whatever the year was. They were too gold for you. That affected me, but now I've known you too long. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
I'm happy for you.
But I just feel like our listeners are probably listening and being like, wow, Patty, you're just such a pushover. She's like sitting there making fun of your sweatshirt.
Go ahead, make fun of my sweatshirt.
I like your sweatshirt. So anyways, back on topic. With my therapist, so we're in the middle of it and she's saying this like really like, kind of light bulb moment. And I was like, wow, I love that. I said, I don't want to like get off track here, but I just want to ask, like, do you have a podcast by chance? I was like, because my friend and I have a podcast and I'm always looking for self-help podcasts to listen to while I'm driving my kids around. I was like, do you happen to have one? Because I think I would listen to it. So she used to have one and I'm so like excited to listen to it. I haven't done it yet. And then I told her what our premise is of our podcast. And I said, we're not really like, obviously we have no room to talk. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but we do try to just like with our life experiences, talk about things that are going on in our lives. And maybe somebody listening is going through something similar or is still getting over something similar or has a friend going through it. So then now they're going to be more, understanding of the situation. And I said, we just hope that it hits and resonates with somebody. And if we can kind of help for the better and talk about things that we've gotten through. And she was like, I love that. She was like, I'm so excited. And she was like, and I don't know the word that she used, but she was like, don't like second mail, lawn mowing, mail, all the things I need.
Special
Love you.
delivery.
He probably went all the way out to the mailbox, got the mail, and then ran it all the way in.
Good for him. It's a nice day.
It is a nice day. My child is supervised. Grandma's here, so don't think. But so my therapist said, she was like, the work that you guys are doing, life experiences and being able to connect and explain it, is really important too. And I thought, I told her, I go, I cannot wait to tell my friend that.
Oh, has she listened?
No, she hasn't. I just told her about it.
Okay, because obviously you're only a couple sessions in, so she doesn't really know you very well, and obviously she doesn't know me unless I have gotten brought up in topic, which I hope I don't. So it would be cool to hear her feedback if she could be honest with us about it.
Yeah.
And like, because I feel like sometimes we get to a point and then we really don't unpack it. Then we get sidetracked with something else. So I don't know if our listeners are like, wait, what? Tell me how. Because we're like, oh, a rainbow.
We jump around a lot. Yeah. I listen to podcasts that jump around way more. I actually feel like we are on topic more than we jump around.
Is this delusion and self-awareness that...
Well, you know what? I listened to the Giggly Squad, and for the first 10 minutes of it, they jump around a lot.
They just bother me, and then they're cat people too, so that bothers me. I watched a clip from them obsessing about cats, and
are you gonna be okay in Cabo when we're literally like dressing up like cats? It's our friend's 50th birthday, Jen. She's basically like a character on this podcast without even signing off on it or agreeing.
I'll be fine with it because it's like a couple of days and it's for her.
Well, I mean, because cats aren't actually going to be with us.
Yeah. If we had to go sit in a cat cafe, sign me not up.
I mean, I enjoy cats. Like, they're fine. But I don't want their hair everywhere.
They shed.
They're sneaky and they're evil.
Yes.
But you don't have any animals.
I have a husband.
That was so quick. I almost feel bad for Jay. That was too quick.
He likes it.
Also, just Jay, just to backtrack a little bit. Before we started listening, Danielle told me that she doesn't have a therapist. And I was trying to explain to her why everybody needs a therapist. And, they're going to tell you things. And she's like, well, I mean, I already know my problem. And I'm like, yeah, but sometimes something's happening and you can't quite put yourself in someone else's shoes. But then, bouncing it off of someone like a therapist can help you just understand what's happening to you better. And once you understand it and you can figure out the whys, then you can meet them, people in your life halfway or show up a little bit differently. I don't know. I love therapy, especially when it's covered by insurance and all I have to pay is a copay. I mean, it's like a no-brainer. But she literally said, no, I don't need to go to therapy. And why would I need somebody like that? I have Jay.
Aww.
And yeah, cue the aw track. I can't even. That's so cute. That's really sweet. I love that.
But the flip side is that sometimes it's not always sweet. It's hard. You know him. He's not gentle. He's harsh.
You have to pause for the lawnmower?
No.
Oh. You're laughing?
Because there was a question that got brought up in our family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you, and you can answer it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You and Bree are going to the casino, okay? Bree's driving you to the casino. Bree has no money. No, wait, reverse, sorry.
Backtrack.
Okay, backtrack. You are driving Bree to the casino to watch her gamble. You have no money.
Okay.
You get to the casino and you ask Bree to borrow $200 to gamble and you'll pay her back. She gives you the $200 and you go and win $260,000. How do you handle that situation after you win?
I give her $1,000.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, because she owed, I owed her back $200, and then it's well, I have $260,000 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. She has no right to any of it.
You don't think she has a right to any of it?
Absolutely not. Did we do a contract that says, hey, if you win with this? But to be honest, when was the last time that anybody gave you money that you were going to go bet with and they don't say, hey, but if you win, we go halvesies? I think if I do a raffle and I tag people on Instagram, I feel like it's an unwritten law that if I win, you can go halvesies or share.
Okay.
Would you not share? Would you not? Okay, I'm not even saying going half on the $260,000.
I would say, but that's why I need you to be very specific. What you would do.
I mean, I would probably with that money, like what would
Like what? How would you handle like just give her the 200 back? You said you'd give her $1,000.
No, I'd give her more. I'd lowball it. I'd say, here's 1,000. And then maybe I'd be like, let's go on a trip too, just because we'd go on the trip together anyways. So I'll just pay her portion. And then how fun is that? And then see if she's happy. I mean, if I gave somebody $200 and I didn't say, if you win being in a casino.
Okay, so you would say if you lent the person money, you would say we go halves if you win.
Yes. Who doesn't do that? I feel like that's a known
Okay, but
thing.
so if it wasn't said.
If it was not
Okay,
said,
so
then
now
you're shit out of luck.
So if the roles were reversed and Bree gave you the money, you won it, would you feel like, yeah, if you gave Bree the money, she won it. So if she just gave you the 200 back, you'd just be like, okay, like I didn't expect anything. You'd be like, oh, wow, okay, cool. Like you should have gave me something.
Yeah, I'd have been like, you cheap ass.
Okay.
Give me something.
All right.
Give me 800. At least give me double what I gave you because look at what you just won.
Okay.
But also, I don't think that I would have forgotten to say. It's like a dad joke. Like everyone knows.
I know, but again, but is it something that really needs to be said, to be implied?
Well, if it's not said,
Okay.
it's not said.
Interesting.
Why? What would you? Well, okay, we all know. Okay, we went out to. You are so generous. You give way too high of tips. Like all the things. So you know what? You'd probably give all of it back.
No, I would split it half after I pay taxes. Because if they never gave me the $200, I never would have won it. That's my theory. So I asked Jay that
What if
question,
it was someone
and
who was like super rich?
It doesn't matter.
You would still go halvesies? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that doesn't matter.
No.
Okay.
It's the principle. But
That's
Jay
really
told
nice
me
of
I
you.
was stupid.
You aren't stupid.
And he would give 10% of his
Beautiful.
winnings after taxes.
Yeah. I mean, would he give like wiggle room if they were like, oh my gosh, wait, but I also wanted new tires. Do you think that you could just like spot me another 800?
No.
He wouldn't have then given more? He would have just been like, that's it.
He
Whatever.
thinks 10% is fair.
What's 10%? 2,000?
26,000.
Yeah.
But
That's
then he
fair. I feel like that's very
it was
fair.
just very interesting because then part of my family kind of said like, oh, a couple thousand, this, that, whatever. A lot of them were on the same path. They'd split it because you never would have won the money without it.
That is why I love your
And
family.
then
You guys are all so nice.
My one aunt who's crazy, Auntie Judy, she said she'd give it to them all. She's like, I would give it all to them, and then if they wanted to give me something back.
Aw.
But it's just funny because I know I'm way off topic, but that's why like I don't need a therapist because Jay's like this almost turned into a full-blood fight. Like it's just fun little exercise. We were still, I called him last night to talk about it. We were still talking about it this morning. And he's like, you're just stupid. It doesn't make sense. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not like a real life thing. And I also said,
He's protecting himself at this point because he's like, all right, now I have to watch Danielle if she ever goes to a casino.
well, no,
she's
because
gonna
that's
give away our
funny
winnings.
because a couple weeks ago we were out. He gave me $20 to put in the slot machines and I won like $175. So I kept 100 and I gave him 75. And I was like, well, at that point, I should have given your 20 back and just given you 10%.
Correct.
And he goes, no, we always do this. Whenever we win, we split half.
Okay, because you guys have a thing then. And so it's like you've spoken that rule.
I don't remember that rule.
So the rule only applies to Jay when it comes to you.
But
you're an idiot if you
but I'm
apply
like,
that.
it's so hard for people to talk hypothetically.
You have no idea what you
Right,
would
'cause
actually do. I mean, it's funny because you think obviously money is such a stressor in life. And actually, like I heard once that money is like the main reason why people get divorced. Money is the root of all evil.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I do believe that right now in this situation, someone would say one thing and they would probably do another thing. Whether it was right now you're saying you do a good thing, and if it came down to it, you do a bad thing, or vice versa. Mm-hmm. Look at, I mean, just in death. When people die and families fall apart because of money, or all these people who win the lottery and they go broke.
It's the curse of the lottery. I'm sure you've watched those documentaries.
It's so sad.
It's so sad. People are just such idiots, though.
Right.
They're not self-aware. They don't have a friend that's going to sit there and be like, you need to speak with somebody before you continue spending like this.
Right.
So that's Jay for you. Because if you had $260,000, I mean, if you like...
But I never would, I don't, it's not like it's different if like I worked hard for it, right? I went to work every day. I grinded. I sacrificed so many things. And now I'm like, okay, now just handing out my money. This is like, it was a fun day. Again, if you never, I didn't have the money, and if you didn't give me the money, I wouldn't have had it. So I would either had $0 or I have $100,000. So it's either way, it's a win.
Mm-hmm. I think it's all about mentality. I think it's all about, obviously you would do that, but like, then again, like what if you were in debt for more than half of that? Are you still going to give that person?
But then I also feel like it's karma. Like I just did a good thing too, even though I could really use it, but that person was nice and generous to me. And
there's a big difference between being generous and giving $200 as a loan to, hey, I just won with that $200 that you lent me. You know what? Here's the thing that you're going to do. If you ever go to a casino ever and anybody ever gives you money, before you go and put it anywhere, you're going to hop on Venmo and Zelle, and you're going to Zelle them back. So it's no longer a loan.
First of all, I'm not going to a casino if I don't have money. So I'm okay.
Okay.
So crisis averted.
Big baller.
Yeah.
High roller.
No, you just, those are things.
You're ready?
You know.
I hate gambling.
I'm not going to spend money I don't have. If I'm going gambling, it means I have like extra.
Oh, this is another pet peeve of yours, isn't it? People in debt that go gamble.
Yes. And people who are like, oh, well, it's only $20. Well, yeah. Why don't you add up all in your head? It was only $20 because after a while, after a year, it was only $20. Probably was $5,000.
If you have a problem with gambling, please reach out. Danielle will follow you around and smack you across the face every time that you try to go into the casino or put money into a penny slot. Isn't there like those commercials? We don't see commercials anymore because we have like the streaming services, but there used to be commercials that was like gambling problem, and it was like so dramatic and sad. These commercials.
No, now we just have freaking prescription drug commercials, Tin Rizzy and just whatever the other stuff.
I don't know. I had to pay for the streaming service.
Moderate to severe psychiatrist or whatever.
I don't know. I don't have ads on mine. One of them I do, but most of the stream services I don't.
No, a couple that we watch at night have where we pay for the cheap one. So I see like 3 prescription drug ads
every hour.
Yeah. It's like not a couple an hour. It's very.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a really fun exercise. Thank you for joining us. Please let us know. This will be fun. We can go back and forth and figure out what would you do in that scenario. We can post about it.
Oh yeah.
And then
let's see where everyone's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's interesting because it's now everyone I've talked to, it's all over the board from nothing to a lot.
Well,
we're going to keep being us. You can keep being you. Have a good one.
Bye.